pay for all of this?
Trustafarian, show me your pussy. Like, what?
I'm the living proof that you don't have to be rich to make this work. We don't need these big ass houses to be happy. If you don't like profanity, don't watch my content. I have the mouth of a sailor because I am one. Hi guys, my name is Molly and I live in my 1981 Volkswagen Vanagon here on Maui. I'm currently parked at a beautiful beach. Let me show you actually. Little slice of heaven. The people have spoken and they want to know, how do I pay for all of this? My answer is the same as a lot of other van lifers. It's that both of my parents work for Lockheed Martin and they gave me a huge trust fund. Guys, this is what people literally comment on my live streams. Like, all these angry trolls are like,
Trustafarian. Oh, your dad works for Lockheed Martin.
He does not. Growing up, my mom worked at the local grocery store and my dad worked as a stationary engineer for the county. So I'm not a Lockheed Martin baby with a trust fund. That'd be kind of nice because I'd be fucking having a nicer van than I have currently. But the truth is, I have a job. I do van life a little bit differently than most YouTubers do. A lot of the more famous van lifers are traveling as they're living in their rig. I personally am pretty stationary. I mean, I live on Maui, so there's only so far you can go anyway. I'll give you guys the timeline of how my money flow has worked through all of this. Let me see how long it's been. I literally don't even remember how long it's been since I moved into my van. I have been owning this van for about 3 years now, but I didn't move into it until well after buying it because I was doing all of the renovations, all the beauty that you see in here. Okay, based off looking at my own videos, I've been living in the van for over 1 year now. This van costed more money than I had, so I got a loan to buy it. And then I spent a good amount of time paying it down. I'm a marine biologist, so out here I do marine biology work. I'm a marine naturalist for a boat company. So I take people whale watching, dolphin watching, snorkeling, teach them about the ocean, teach them about conservation. And I used to do that full time out of Lahaina Harbor. That was where I began my boating career. And eventually I dropped down to part-time because I realized I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a content creator. I want my creativity to sustain me. So I took a step back from my marine biology work to focus on this. As this grew, I worked less. Till eventually I'm where I am now, where I only work on the boat like 1 shift a week, if that, and the rest of my income is all from YouTube. I don't have a trust fund I draw out of. I just have a job that pays me an okay amount and now YouTube ad revenue also. Another way that I make money is through my merch shop. Every time you guys buy something, I get a couple dollars, so that adds up. I have a merch shop on my website and I also have a specific Van on the Moon shop, which recently got taken down. I drew my van, and the way I drew my van looked too much like my van to where now it got copyrighted by Volkswagen because they're the one that designed the van, and I drew the van how it looks. It's a whole thing. So basically, I just dropped a new merch line that doesn't have the van. It's actually not Van on the Moon merch. It is the Mooner merch collection. I love the designs. This is the same badge that's by all of the members' names in the live chats. And now you guys can actually have the official Mooner badge in real life. So that's pretty fucking cool. Check it out. Link in description box. A lot of people are constantly asking me where my OnlyFans link is, and it's nowhere because I don't have one and I don't really want to do that. That'd be a get rich quick scheme for sure, but I'm not really in a rush to get that rich that quick. Plus, there's already really nice people on the internet who send me Venmos and PayPals for not seeing me naked at all. Literally just from watching my YouTube videos. Like, there's people that are so encouraging. They'll go to my Linktree, click on Venmo, send me like $100 with a nice message like, I believe in you, I love your van, I love your content, love your vibes, here, have some money. And I'm just like, overflowing with happiness. And I think that's a way better route than having an OnlyFans and someone sending me $100 and being like, show me your pussy. Like, what? I like this path a lot better. This week's top contributors financially were Robert Yazek, Rodney Wilkins, and David Sesney. I just want to say those names because you guys contributed a lot this past week and you deserve some recognition. And they didn't ask me to see anything. So, respect to you guys. As far as monthly costs, mine are pretty minimal. I don't pay rent, obviously. I mean, technically, I rent a storage unit, which is about $100 a month. I rent a mailbox, which is about, I think it comes out to something like $12 a month, so nothing. I pay my gym membership, which is where I shower, and showering at the gym is such an upgrade to my life because every time I take a shower, I go in the sauna before. There's never been a time period in my life where I sauna multiple times a week. So honestly, getting a gym membership is the move. I pay little other bills like my phone bill, I buy gas, I buy food. All in all, I would say my expenses come out to about $1,500 or less per month. Heavy on the or less because that's with me eating out a lot, buying cute things to put in the van. Like, I'm not exactly being as frugal as I could be. Plus, I live on Maui. Like, shit's just expensive here no matter who you are. My YouTube channels are creating more revenue now than they ever have before. And it's making me consider buying a nicer van. My current one is a little bit junky. It's what I could afford. I couldn't even afford it at the time that I bought it, but it's what I bought. If you're watching this video, maybe you're considering van life and having to weigh out the costs and benefits and trying to figure out how you would afford it. My advice is get a van right now. That way you can pay it off by the time you move into it, or pay it off while you're living in it and sleeping near your job. Like, a lot of people picture van life to be where you're always parked at a beautiful location. That's not the case. A lot of times I'm parked in the most random ass neighborhood you can think of, just pulled up next to a fence or some bushes. All in all, being a van lifer, you're like low-key homeless. But I don't see it that way because my van is my home. The only aspect I see as homeless is that there's not a specific spot that I stick to. Most of my first 6 months or so, I'd say, of van life, I was actually parking by my work. Being a boat crew, you often have to go into work at like 5 or 6 a.m. to work a morning trip. So yeah, I was honestly just sleeping at the harbor a lot, and I still do. I didn't say it before on the channel because I don't want people to be able to like locate where I am, and I barely stay there anymore. I barely work anymore. So now I can tell you guys, that's where I was camped out a lot of the time. I think having some time where you're living in a van in one spot also helps you get way more comfortable with van life. it's kind of scary when you're first starting out and being alone, like just parked at random places by yourself in a van. But now that I've been doing it for over a year, it's really like freeing. It's really amazing. And I've learned to love the solitude. Like last night being parked here, it was so quiet and so far from other people that I could be loud. When I'm parked in spots like this at nighttime, I'm howling with my ukulele. I'm playing as loud as I can and singing as loud as I can, and no one even cares. Now that I make most of my money off of YouTube, I am ready to branch out. Like, I think that's the pipeline that's easier to go with on van life, is get a van where you currently live and work already, move into the van, still work, and be making YouTube videos. You're now pocketing everything you would have been paying in rent or putting it towards your van, which is what I was doing. Like all the rent money I would have been paying then was just going towards paying off the van. Next, you start a YouTube channel. That grows and starts making more and more money over time. And you just work less and less over time until you're free of having to clock in at all and can start traveling. So the next chapter of my life is going to be about seeing this beautiful fucking planet that I've seen like maybe 1% of. There's a lot of percentage left, and I finally have the freedom to go look at it and experience it. It really is all thanks to my viewers that I'm able to make this big shift in my lifestyle. Like, without all of you watching and supporting me, I'd still be working and sleeping at the harbor. It's been a long time dream of mine to be a professional YouTuber. So now that it's here, I'm going to make the most of it. If this is the first video you're seeing of mine, hello, welcome to the channel. It's pretty wacky here. We have struggled a lot the past couple years, but things have taken a turn, like a major turn in my life. I honestly think that I had to go through all of that hard time period. It was the chrysalis around me to dissolve in. And now I'm ready to be a butterfly and fly off into the fucking cosmos. Sorry I'm cussing so much. Also, if you're new here, if you don't like profanity, don't watch my content. I can't help myself. I have the mouth of a sailor because I am one. I think van life is the direction that our world is going right now. I think it makes more sense. People are more free. People are spending less money. We're taking up less space on the earth. Like, if you think about it, everyone who has a house, not everyone, most people who have a house have at least one vehicle also. So if you think about the energy it takes to make and sustain a house, plus a vehicle or two, some people like 5, you know, that much area and resources could have stayed with nature, but instead we've built these big established systems for ourselves that we're now kind of stuck in. So I don't think people are as happy, and I don't think the planet's as healthy. Van life all the way, guys. We don't need these big ass houses to be happy. All I need is like a 15-foot long van that has a bed and a stove in it. If I buy a new van, it'll probably have a toilet and a shower in it too. But other than that, I'm pretty content. I'm the living proof that you don't have to be rich to make this work. You don't even have to be traveling. If you have a rich family, show them my channel, please, and tell them I'm up for adoption. I actually already have some people who have adopted me, so I want to give some shout outs to the people who have let me follow my dreams. It's you all, the Mooners, who come out every Saturday to my live events at 10 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. There's an episode premiere every week that can happen on any of my 5 YouTube channels, so turn on notifications for all of them. I hope you all found this like informative or inspiring. I hope you found some enjoyment out of it. If you want to know how much money exactly I make on YouTube, I'm actually about to put out a video on my other channel, Molly Ike, where I give the exact numbers for all of my channels. So I think that's gonna be a pretty juicy release. Thank you all for being here with me on this crazy, amazing journey of a life. The ups, the downs, all the chaos in between. I'm just like smiling so big. It's almost to the point where my face is hurting. I'm just genuinely so happy that like this is where I've gotten. I worked so fucking hard to get here and like I'm here now, so I'm trying to just bask in the glory of this existence while I have it. I love you all so much. Mooners, keep on mooning. Until next time, Van on the fucking moon.